Hello guys, I want to make a real quick video about my mile time, running downhill, right? I'll just, explain, real quick, like what it is and what's my time and all that stuff, right? Yeah, of course, like running, downhill is definitely, very different comparing, running all flat, right? I mean, to have a verified mile or to run a legit mile, you have to like run at the same elevation, right? If you run at the same elevation, throughout the whole mile, that means that you did legitimately run a mile, right? Not cheating, not going uphill or downhill, right? I mean, people run like, in lots of races, pretty sure they don't stay at the same elevation. Pretty sure they went a little bit uphill and downhill, right? I mean, in my case, I run downhill, right? So when you run downhill, like, why do you run faster? I mean, you don't even need to search this on the internet. If you are a runner just like me, running downhill does make you run a lot faster. For sure, right? I mean, think of this, man, like, the gravity is pulling you down, right? It's like almost like a free fall thing, right? Thanks, man, you're pushing your force, and the gravity, helps you, pull you down faster. So that way you create a lot more force, and that's how you gain a lot more speed by running, downhill, right? But I'm glad, like, nothing is like against, or, nothing is against you or, with you, right? Well, since, a force is pushing you, further, into the center of the earth, that's why you go faster, right? I heard that you fall like about like 9 seconds faster, for every 1 second. That's how, strong the gravity of the earth is. Right? I mean, it's just a science way, man. I mean, the weather was like, 70 degrees, and I could have ran faster, if I get used to run downhill, but but it's been a very long time I have not run a mile, all downhill course. I say majority of the time, I say 90% of the time, right? And what was my mile time, by the time I ended my run? So my mile time was right at the dot of 4:30. So my mile time was 4:30 point, 6 second or 5 seconds. It was round of six, but it was originally recorded from my phone as 4:30.5. I mean, my top speed was like 16 miles an hour, 342 pace, and my pace never got below 440. Talk about my slowest pace, for that downhill mile. So how fast is 430? Like, yeah, I mean 430 in the mile for downhill is like pretty fast. I mean, that's like the same speed or same pace, as my PR for 800 meter. That's how much benefit when you run downhill. Like, you run like 2 to like 4 times as effective as before, right? I mean, I seen a video, of this, this Kenya runner named, Mike Goit. Yeah, I think his PR was like 350 or 349, and he ran a mile downhill, in this, in this really downhill street, like 327, without, really trying that hard. He did try, but he didn't like go all out. He didn't like try his best. Like, I can tell, on the face, expression, right? I mean, he could have went faster, like if there was people in front of him, or if he was serious about it. But it looked like these guys, just ran for fun. But yeah, I just ran for fun, I could have break a 430 mile, if I was, got perfect, sleep and perfect, health and all that stuff. And why do I run a downhill, and why are you making this video? Well, I just want to make experience, like, like how much faster when you run downhill, right? Because I never know. I see a lot of people run downhill like they easily break a 5-minute mile, right? But when they run it flat, it's like totally a different story, right? I mean, of course, the world record is 3:43, right? By, you know, this Hidekuru guy. Yeah, 3:43 is the world record mile, and somehow, you know, that world record can easily be breaken, you know, if it was downhill. So, yeah, I'm pretty sure that people can be a 3:27 mile, you know, downhill. I'm pretty sure there's someone out there. Because when I read on the comment below saying that, oh, like 3:30 mile downhill is equivalent of running, you know, a 4-minute mile, you know, all flat. Yeah, that's simply true because I gained 30 seconds faster. If I did not run the downhill today, if I ran just a mile, you know, today, you know, same weather, same degree, then my mile time would have been over 5 minutes for sure, man. If my mile time was under 5 minutes, then I would get somewhere around like 4:24, 4:25, you know, if it was, you know, 95% downhill. Yeah, and I probably won't get past 4:20, but coincidentally a 4:30 mile, right? That's like a little bit faster than, you know, the average pace that Eliud Kipchoge ran, you know, for a 2-hour, you know, breaking a 2-hour marathon, right? Because the average pace to break a 2-hour marathon is 4:34, right? And I ran 4:30, so my pace is just slightly off of that, just slightly a little faster. But yeah, man, if Eliud Kipchoge ran, you know, all, you know, 100% downhill marathon, like he would easily break 2-hour marathon for sure. It'll end up being like under one. It can even go under 150. So yeah, I mean, if you study science and you study a lot of science and, you know, running and stuff, then you should definitely know that, you know, running downhill will boost you at least, you know, another 10 to, you know, 20% speed. Right, and something, you know, like 6-minute mile, 5-minute mile is gonna be a lot easier than running, you know, just flat terrain. And if you like this video, and I will make a video of running uphill, and running uphill is a lot more challenging and stuff. I mean, yeah, based, you know, on people's, you know, perspective opinion, running, you know, downhill 1 mile is like less than, you know, running, you know, 1,500 meters, or it's like equivalent of running like 1.4 to 1.5K, right? Instead of 1.6K. Originally a mile is 1.6K. So comment below like what you thought about this video, and yeah, I mean, there's no way I would have ran 4:30 mile. There's no way. I only run around like a 5-minute pace, or 5:05 pace, or the slowest maybe 5:10, right? Yeah, I mean, I just, you know, based on a calculator, right? So yeah, I'm gonna go to my calculator and, you know, calculate this thing. Yeah, so based on the calculator, yeah, you do gain around, you know, about 13 or 14%, you know, speed faster, right? If you were running downhill, and that is a lot. So yeah, so I want to end it off this video here, and I'll show you like how much elevation I lost, and that's why I'm not ending this video off here yet. So my elevation, I started at 658 feet, right? And then, you know, I ended off with, in my lowest, you know, elevation was 186 feet, and I stopped at 204 feet when it comes to elevation. So I lost almost 500 feet, you know, of elevation, and that was downhill. So I can show you, you know, doing my Garmin thing, like, yeah, you can look right here. I'm not showing you the location where I ran, so because it's privacy. So there you have it, 4:30 mile.